Hi everyone, let's take a look at algebraic expressions for grade 8 maths. So jumping straight into it, what we need to know, the key concepts for this topic is a term is a single number, a variable, or a product of numbers and variables. So this you get asked this quite often in sort of like a 1-mark question, multiple choice. So you might get 3 is a term or 5x is a term. So that's what they mean by product of numbers and variables. So this is like 5 times x, but that together is one term. Or as we have here, 3ab. Like terms have exactly the same variable and exponent. Okay, so it's 3x, 7x, they're exactly the same. Whereas if it's x versus x squared, they are not like terms, they are different. To simplify an expression, you combine the like terms by adding or subtracting their coefficients. So like if you have an expression like 1x plus 5x, you can add that and say that is 6x because those are like, it's all x. And substitution means replacing each variable with its given value and then calculating the answer. So those are actually my favorite. They're really straightforward. It would be, say you had x plus 2, and then they tell you x is equal to 1. So with substitution, you are just going to put a 1 wherever there's x. So you would say here 1 plus 2, and just work that out, and that is 3. Okay, so that's your really, really quick, condensed version of these algebraic expressions. It's kind of the theory you have to know. You might get asked these kind of things, but then what you really have to know is the kind of questions we're going into next. Let's have a look at some of these questions we can expect. So very often, they're going to ask you to simplify expressions. So what we do when we are simplifying is we just add everything that is the same. And that is as far as we can go. So what we can do here, for example, we can add all the x's. So I like circling them. So 4x minus 2x. Make sure you circle that sign in front, so it must be that minus 2x. So I like rewriting the equation then. 4x minus 2x. And then we can do the numbers 9. So plus 9 plus 3. In this one, we can subtract these x's. So 4x minus 2x is just 2x, just like 4 minus 2. And 9 add 3 is 12. And that is as far as we can simplify here. We can't add these two. We can't add an x and a number. So that is our final answer there. 2x add 12. Let's look at what else we can get asked. Another simplifying one. Here we've got a's and b's. So we are going to add our a's together. 5a minus 2a. And then let's do our b's in a different color. 3b add b. Remember, if it's just b like this, it's 1b, just to make it easier for you, but they never write the 1. So let's simplify then. We can then say 5a minus 2a. So 5 minus 2 is 3a, and 3b plus b is 4b. And that is as far as we can go for this one. We can't add the a's and b's. That is as simple as we get. Question 3, evaluate. So when you see that evaluate word, that is your clue that it is a substitution question, because they don't always say substitute. So evaluate this when x is 4. All you have to do for a question like this is you have this expression, 2x squared minus 3x, add 1. All they want you to do is put in this x is equal to 4. So wherever there's an x, you put 4 in instead. So let's have a go at this. So 2, instead of an x, we're going to put a 4 squared minus 3 instead of an x, we're going to put a 4 plus 1. And then we just work it out. So this is going to be 2, this 4 squared. So 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16. Minus 3 times 4. We can actually work that out now. So this part here, 3 times 4 is 12. Add 1. Then this part here, we've got 2 times 16, so that's 32. Minus 12, add 1. So 32 minus 12 is 20. Add 1 is 21. And that is our final answer here. 21. Question 4, another simplifying question. They want us to just simplify as far as we can. This one is, if you're struggling with this kind of question, you need to look at the topic in your books where it is expanding with single brackets. All we have to do is we have this 3x plus 4 minus 2x. We can't simplify it until we get rid of this bracket, so we're going to multiply out this bracket. So how we do that is we are going to go say 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 4 is 12. And then we've still got this minus 2x part on the end. And then we're simplifying. So to simplify, we've got to get all the x's together, get all the numbers together. So we're going to say 3x minus 2x. So 3 minus 2 is 1x. We can't do anything else with the 12, so that 12 just stays there. And then you don't have to write 1x, you can just write x plus 12. But that is as far as we can go with this one. That is as simple as we can do. Another simplifying question here. They're just checking, can you do the same thing all the time? Remember, with simplifying, you're always trying to get in this form. All the x's and all the numbers. Let's work through this one quickly. We've got 7y, add 2y. So 7y add 2y is 9y. Minus 4, add 10 is going to be positive 6. And that is as simple as we can go for that one. Evaluate. As soon as we see evaluate, remember that means substitute. So evaluate this when a is 2. So we've got 3a squared plus 2a minus 5. We are going to put 2 wherever there's an a. So 3 times 2 squared plus 2 times 2 minus 5. And then we just work it out. So this part, 2 squared is 4. So that's going to be 3 times 4. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 5. 3 times 4, this part here, is 12. Add 4 minus 5. So 12 add 4 is 16. 16 minus 5 is 11. And that is our final answer for this one. Okay, so that is a really quick work through of algebraic expressions.